This is a story about fear. It's a sad story, so you shouldn't laugh. Here, we meet our hero, Regil, and we go for a walk. We follow him, and soon we gather the understanding that Regil, perhaps, is a little different from who we would normally expect to find in a kingdom like this. In fact, one would argue that Regil is different in the way that he sees things as pure, beautiful, magnificent potential objects and people. Regil's new job assignment, as we'll soon find out, is a dangerous one. It's based on defending a kingdom he loves very much, but the thing he's defending it against is not what poses the greatest threat, but rather, it is the people he's defending. And that's where the fear plays in.
Who art thou from beyond the vile grave?
Regil, it is I, Friar McMichael. Regil!
Friar McMichael! So good to see you. What are you doing in the wild woods of Jaffa?
Regil, my boy, I've been expecting you. I've come to see how you're faring on your new job. I've come from the faraway lands of Peter Munchkin.
I'm doing quite well myself.
That's not what I asked.
The new job's quite good. I'm enjoying it. Although I do find myself missing Mistress Silly Willy more and more every day. Oh.
Regil, you need to focus. You should be out serving your kingdom and going onward with your quest. You cannot simply be bothering yourself with women. They are a right you should earn, not a given. Regil, are you listening? Focus!
How could you?
Women are a mere distraction, my boy.
Maybe to some they're a distraction. But to me, they are my motivation that allows me to serve the kingdom. No, she is my motivation that allows me to serve the kingdom. And I will forever love Mistress Silly Willy. But wait, what is that?
It's a thingamort, Regil. They hide themselves as men's true desires, to mask their hideous as true selves. I need you to focus, Reginald! Focus!
Get off me!
Reginald, you must heed my words. No! What do you think you were doing out there? The spirits could have got you. They would have manifested inside your mind, and then you'd be lost to the evil beyond the wall. It just so happens that I was out and about and I stumbled and found you.
Father, my fears are coming back. I don't know what to do. You know my past. It's horrible.
Look, my boy, let me get inside the abode and tell you a tale. I remember your father well, Reginald. He was a great man, Sir Gilmore. He found his end on the edge of the blade of the Dark Knight Gorgothon. After the night ran off, your father lay there dying. That's when I approached him. As I held him in my arms as he took his last few breaths, I made a promise to him that I would take you on as my apprentice, and I would show you the ways of the world. Are you prepared, Reginald? All these years we have trained together has come up to this moment of your destiny. It is now your turn to make this choice. Your destiny awaits. Reginald, it is for this reason that you must continue on with your destiny. Reginald, you must heed my words. You must erase any thought of Mistress Sillywilly from your mind. Otherwise, you put yourself and her in danger. The spirits will latch on.
Very well. But are you sure this is the only way?
Yes! I'm sure it's the only way!
All right.
Sorry, my boy. I understand this is a heavy burden on one man's shoulders, but I assure you it's a necessary evil. Now, I must go deal with my own business. I must start thinking about the upcoming election. When the stars are aligned, and the light of Tanthor guides me to do so, I will send a messenger to give you word. If the situation is grave enough, I will come myself. Now, stay safe, my son, and good luck.
Reginald tried to mask his fear. He really did. He tried to heed the words of the friar. He tried with all of his might, but if you were in his shoes, you would understand how difficult such a thing can be, to forget a face as beautiful and as fascinating as Mistress Sillywilly. Well, that night, the fear within Reginald became much worse, because that night he tried the hardest. Boy, did he try very, very hard. He tried with all of his might to keep the image of her out of his mind, but through a dream, or when he woke up, he always saw her in the mug of his coffee. It's very sad.
and families both, thank you for your attendance in this, the most holiest grounds of Peter Munchkin. It is so nice to see that the people of Peter Munchkin will still remain devoted to their faith, even in times of turmoil and trouble. Now, before I begin, I must address something. For I am no fool. I know some of you have attended purely to check in the safety of my apprentice Regil. But again, I must remind you, worry not, for he has a greater destiny to fulfill. It is the great god of creation and justice, Tanthor, to whom we owe our lives, to whom we owe our destiny. For without him, this great world you see now, it would not exist. The beauty of life, in the days of early creation when he gave us the great gift of the prophet Gobbledygook. Gobbledygook traveled the lands. It was there he spread the word of Tanthor and revealed to us what lays beyond of the great old one, the secrets of the universe. The skies are clear, my children, and on this holy ground, the presence of Tanthor can be felt. Now, I'm not sure about you, but can you feel the presence of Tanthor with you? Can you feel it from within? Now, if any of you feel the light of Tanthor within, rise, my children. Stand against the darkness. Yes, yes. Wonderful, wonderful. Please, sit down. My friends, I must retire. The sermon is done for today. Shall we end with one final Ladoodle? Ladoodle!
Now, daughter, I told you, I don't want you talking to him.
Mother, don't be silly. Go tend your chickens.
I don't trust him.
Goodbye, Mother.
Be careful.
Friar.
Oh! Mr. Sillywilly, you frightened me.
Friar, can you tell me how my beloved Regil is?
Oh, my dear, that is of no consequence, and I'm not exactly at disclosure to say. But you, how have you been faring?
I'm fine, but can you tell me how he is? Please, have you heard anything?
Oh, I assure you he's quite well. Now, your mother, her chickens, how are they?
Oh, they're great. But what about his task, his missions? How is he doing? It's his first week on the job.
He's fulfilling his destiny, my dear. There's nothing else I can say.
Not the slightest detail. You can't tell me where he is, where he's staying.
Mistress Sillywilly, you worry too much. Come, let us walk together, and I will fulfill you in.
The religion of Tanthor is perhaps the happiest aspect of this story. You see, the people of the kingdom worship Tanthor, and Tanthor speaks back. Even in the most indirect sorts of ways, the people understand that Tanthor picks good people. That's a very important aspect of this story, and it must be completely understood. The sermons, however, are where it gets a little bit corrupt, because the people worshiping and the people talking about the sermons and preaching the sermons, those are all completely different people. You know, you can have the preacher being the most corrupt madman, the most angry, foolish person in the entire kingdom, and then what? What are you going to learn? What's going to be preached? Is the true words going to be preached? Is Tanthor even going to have the common respect to speak to that person? This is why the elections are so important, you understand. Because if the wrong person falls into power of the church, then Tanthor, he looks only very lightly upon others. Very lightly upon the most good people, the most dismal people in the most faraway sorts of places. And the rest of the kingdom is shrouded in darkness.
Have you ever been to Mother's garden?
Oh, I've been to many gardens in my time, but I must say your mother's is the best. Yes, I have walked this path many a time in my old age.
Friar, Can you please tell me anything about Regil?
I'm not at full disclosure.
You talked to him last.
Yes, Mr. Sillywilly, but look, I'll tell you this. He's in trustworthy hands. Yes, he is going on a task that is rather dangerous, but Regil is strong. I assure you, he'll make it through. Now, I believe you must be going.
It was here that Friar McMichael began to have a very bad idea. An idea that festered between his brain and what his heart told him. And at first, yeah, he tried to fight back, he tried to do something about it, but he lost grasp of that. He forgot who he was. And after that, not only did he suffer for it, but so did many, many others. A man who was once very gentle, kind, and caring, a man who made a difference in people's lives, he soon no longer mattered, and for that I will never forgive him.
Dark Knight Skolgathon. Did you bring the sword, Dark Knight Golgathon?
Of course, Friar. Here, Friar, what do you require?
It is time, Dark Knight Golgathon.
By the gods, the day of reckoning is upon us.
Yes, of course. Tell me, Dark Knight Golgathon, do you know what it is that Regil fears the most?
Of course.
Yes, it is steel.
But of course.
Mr. Sillywilly.
I have to say, being apart from you has been the hardest thing I've ever had to do. I see other men and they just don't compare. I have missed you so much. So much. Oh, boo-hoo, I've missed you. Oh, tell me, how have you been? I've missed you.
I'm great. It's so great to see you.
Oh, thank you. Oh.
It's been so long.
Yes.
I miss you so much here in this boring, dismal job.
Yes. Oh, boo-hoo, we must be reunited.
This job, though, it's what keeps us all safe. I must do it.
Yes.
And without you, I have no reason to do it. You, and you only, are the reason that I keep doing this job.
Reginald.
Without you, I wouldn't be alive. And I need to be alive to do this job. Mr. Sillywilly, you are the apple of my eye. I love you, Mr. Sillywilly. And just being able to see you for this short amount of time is enough to keep me alright for the hard months to come.
No! You frightened me! Now, Reginald, it is time to conquer your fear of steel.
While it is, Steel that Regil fears the most, he still had a nemesis. The memory of his nemesis lived with him for all of his life, really. After he had finished him off, after the burial had taken place, after he had gone through so many sessions with Friar McMichael to try to forget, after he met the love of his life, after he realized his dreams, after all of these things, still the haunting image of his nemesis persisted. His nightmares, his dreams, the happiest moments of his life, even then, he couldn't escape. Steel.
Dark Knight Gorgathon, you have met your demise!
No, Regil, you have met your demise. For it is I, Dark Knight Gorgathon! Are you ready to die?
My fear of steel is no longer.
Friar?
Ah! You frightened me.
I'm sorry, Friar. I didn't mean to scare you.
What is it you need?
I was just wondering how you're looking at this new political situation happening in this kingdom and how you think this will affect the church.
Well, I don't see why that matters to a peasant like yourself.
Excuse me, Friar. I happen to be a scribe of the king, and this will not stand in his courts.
Wait! I spoke too rashly. Come, take a seat and we'll talk.
What is it, Friar?
Now I'm sure we can come to some understanding and I can recompensate you for my deeds. However, if any word of this gets back to the king, I will make your life a living nightmare. I will plunge your life into eternal darkness. Am I understood?
Yes, Friar, yes, please. I understand, Friar. I'll put in a good word.
Now go! Regil, I see you were victorious in your quest. I
Father
congratulate you.
Good to see you. It was not me that did it. It was the gods.
Oh, Regil, there's almost something I forgot to tell you.
Yes.
This nemesis. You must go to his grave. Beyond the wall.
Beyond the wall.
Venture forth, past the wall. Through the wasteland. Through the dark canyon. And there, you'll see a blackened hilltop. It is there he lay. Go there. Fate will reveal itself soon. I must be off. Dark Knight Gorgathon. My attempts to resurrect you have failed. At first I thought it was your dark and evil ways, but no. The light that I once possessed has left me. No longer am I a man of Tanthor. You shall not return to this world. Why, Tanthor? Why have you forsaken me? my own. I will become my own god. I will become more powerful than Tanthor ever could be. Yes. Yes. I shall become my own god! But how? No. No, I can't do this. There's no way I could accomplish such a task. He's too smart, he's too cunning. I couldn't be... Ah! You frightened me! No, not now. Why did you come here? I'll come to ask about Regil, I suppose. No, this isn't part of the plan. Damn it all!
Friar McMichael, it's going to be all right. You were right about Regil. He's fading away.
You know, Mistress Silly Willy, after all these years, I shouldn't be having these corrupt thoughts, especially after all I've done for Regil, but I need to say this to you now. I love you.
Mother!
Daughter?
Hi.
I see you've been, enjoying the company of Friar McMichael.
Yes. Regil is fading. They were right.
So is the kingdom. I think you found a safe place with the friar.
Thank you, Mother. I'll be home later, Mother.
Mother knows best.
Ah, break time. That's right. I received a letter this morning from Mistress Silly Willy.
Dear John, I mean Regil, it pains me to inform you that our mortal coils are no longer one. We must separate. I have been thinking about this for the past few days, and I mean it when I say it breaks my heart. I asked Mother, and I got her approval. It pains me to tell you that I am now under the power of Friar McMichael, leader of the church. I hope that you forgive me, and know that I once did, in fact, love you.
Sincerely, Mistress Silly Willy. Tanthor, a good friend sent me here, so that my fears may be revoked. Please. Please. I know not why I am here, but I do know that currently my love has been forsaken, and my life is on the same path. Peace.